Hey, beautiful people. It is day 34 of Strong at 75. My little 3-year old has been going crazy all day with his tantrums, and I've been trying to get him together. So I'm so sorry for going live a little bit later, and I might have to pause it. Y'all can probably hear in the background. Y'all hear him? 1 second. I will be right back. Yeah, so he is with the tantrums today, but we are not going to let him stop us because I have to show y'all the thing that we have to do today. So for today, we're going to talk about cushioning your credit. So here is our day. Oh, not yet. Let me actually scroll to it. Let me see what it says on here. Around 47. Around 47. Come in, Jacoby. Come in, Jacoby. So here. Okay, leave him alone, okay, Jacoby? Leave him alone, okay, Joshua? Close the door, Jacoby. Close. Go in your room, Jacoby. Thank you. Okay, so here we are here. I'm so sorry about that. But I want you guys to think about cushioning your credit. So if you guys are currently using over 50%, 30%, whatever your utilization is right now, I want you guys to consider applying for some credit cards that will be able to help with your overall utilization. So I want you guys to add a new card that raises your total available credit, your utilization. This is going to lower your overall utilization. And I want you guys to choose wisely. So look for cards that have no annual fees. They do a soft pull. And then they report to all three credit bureaus. And make sure you guys don't apply to too many at one time. I would say probably get about 3, maybe 4 at the most, depending on what your utilization is. And then use that card every 6 months just to keep it active. Okay, so I already have these credit cards on my website rakita.com. And then don't forget, you guys, tomorrow is the last day of you guys getting that course for free. Let me see. Yes, tomorrow's the last day, so you guys make sure you guys go to the link that I'm about to make sure I put on here. Get the workbook. All you have to do is get the workbook, follow the easy steps. You guys will be able to get the Strongest 75 course for free. But if you guys go ahead and scroll down, you're going to see this right here, pre-qualified with no hard inquiry. So I want you to look on this list because there's some cards on here that can help you with your overall utilization. Okay, and then these cards that's on here, they can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. So that means that they're going to be able to tell you yes or no without giving you a hard inquiry. If they say yes, they can pre-qualify you, then go ahead and apply for the card. If they say no, then just move on, okay? So let's kind of go down the list and let me tell you a few of them that you guys may want to use as like a cushion when they come down to your credit. So none of these cards that I'm scrolling past, I just don't believe they're like the cushion cards that I'm kind of referring to. I'm talking about those cards that you may not use. You only want to use it really to build your credit a lot of times, and they're going to be giving you a higher limit. Those are the cards that I kind of really want you guys to go after. So none of these cards yet. Also, Sealy, this can be a great one because, when it comes down to furniture stores, they usually give you higher limits. So I suggest that you guys check this one out. This can be a great cushion card for you. Yamaha, they can give you a higher limit. And I know it's not a card that you're not going to want to use too, so you don't have to worry about maxing it out again. It's going to help with your utilization. Bob's Discount Furniture can also be a great one for you all. Lowe's was a good one for me. I love Lowe's cards, so I definitely suggest that you guys check out Lowe's. This can be a great card to help cushion your credit. And when you guys get approved for it, like even especially for this Lowe's, when they go ahead and approve you for the credit card, I want you guys to ask them for an increase because they may not have gave you the highest amount that they can give you. So download any apps that they have, log into your account and ask for an increase. And also you have Lexus Pursuit, and then you also have a Toyota credit card. They say apply for Toyota first, then the Lexus. That way you can get both of them. We're going to go past the Toyota in a minute, but they say apply for the Toyota first, then the Lexus. And that's just, when I say I talk about a lot of credit cards. Subscribers tell me their experience with certain cards, and that's what they told me about that one. Care credit is another great one. This can help with your overall utilization because they can give you a higher limit. Synchrony Home credit card is another great one. It can help with your overall utilization. Home Depot can help you with your overall utilization. Here is that Toyota credit card that I was telling you about. And I know a lot of people may look at this like, I don't like none of these cards. I don't want these. I want to get this. I want to get that. We're only getting these to help with your utilization because I know they're going to give you a higher limit. And we talked about utilization for the last few days. They're going to give you a higher limit credit card that you're not going to use. So now it's going to help with your overall utilization. And I'm going to show you what it would look like if you were to actually get these cards and they're added to your credit reports. Okay. You can do the Dell Preferred account. And that's it. Now they do have another one called Alpheon and Smile Generation. Definitely look those up and try those also. But let's act like you got approved for this care credit. So let's copy the care credit, and then we still have our utilization sheet. Y'all know the one that we've been using for the last few days. We still have this one. So let's add this one on here. Let's act like you got approved for the care credit. And with the care credit, they gave you, let me undo that. So you got approved for the care credit. They gave you a $10,000 limit. And that's kind of normal for them to give you a higher limit like this. And you can see with having a $10,000 credit card on here, this is the total utilization at 34. Can y'all see that? It's at 34% utilization. But let me go back and take that off now. So again, look right here. It says 34% utilization, right? If we take that off, this is overall because they're adding up all of the credit cards. These are the utilization for each card. But this is your total utilization. Let's see if we take that off, how much it would change. So now the utilization is at 55 without that credit card. So just getting that one credit card helped bring that utilization down so much. That's why I tell you guys, just get those credit cards, let them report, because that can help with your overall utilization. Now, if we just get one more card like this, y'all, I think we can be able to, let me forward. I think that we can be able to be under the 30%. So let's go back and let's apply for that Lowe's. So let me just add that Lowe's. Let's act like they got approved for the Lowe's and they got approved for 7,000. Okay. And these are easier cards to get to. So we're going to add that Lowe's on this list. $7,000. Again, we had 30%, 34% utilization. Let's go ahead and see what it's going to change to. And now it's at 27%. That's going to bring that credit score up a lot. So I tell people, do that. Try to get you some credit cards. Now we got $17,000 in new credit. Utilization went from 55 to 27. This is what I mean when I told y'all, and for day 34, this is what I meant when I told y'all to add an extra card for balance cushion. It's cushioning you all. And look, let's do another example. So say we had 27% utilization. Even if you was to max out this Credit One Bank with $750, the utilization only went up 2%. Y'all see that? Let me copy this and then let me delete it. But remember, we was at 55% utilization without these two cards, right? With me adding that extra $75 and you not having these cards, just using that went from 55 to 60. Y'all see that? It went up 5% just from using $750 compared to if you guys were to have those two credit cards. You're at 29. At first, you was at 27. So it only went up 2% with having them on there. So that's why I tell you guys to make sure that you're applying for some cards that can give you cushion. We just went over those credit cards, and I just want you guys to just look at your utilization and see what you guys can do for cushion right now, okay? And if you guys are at the point too where you're trying to cushion your credit, or like we looking at this person right here, now their utilization is down, it's still under 30%. When they have these credit cards added, their utilization is low. This is a great time to apply for 0% APR credit cards so that they can do a balance transfer, because they can transfer this $4,500 balance, they can transfer this $2,000 balance, and it can help with their overall utilization. So let me do it another example. Let's act like they got approved for another Capital One. Okay, so they got approved for another Capital One credit card, but this time they got approved for $8,000. Okay, so look, their utilization went down even more. So now it went down 5%, so it's at 24%, which is great, right? And what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and take this $2,000 and this $4,500, and they're going to transfer the balance. So that's $6,500. So let's go ahead and remove this, and now let's add that $6,500 here. So look, their utilization is still good because now all they did was move their balance. Their utilization is still down at 3%. Well, actually that 5%, because we had a new $750 balance added to the Credit One Bank. But this is the good part about it. Remember when we was doing cards like this, I said, hey, highlight it a color so you know it's 0%. Now the thing is, instead of them charging you interest for having the balance on those other credit cards, now you have 0% APR. So it's technically May 19th? No, May 18th. So it's technically May 18th. So they may say, hey, we'll give you, with Capital One, we'll give you 12 months to pay it off. So let's act like, did I say May 18th? Oh my gosh, it's June 18th. I'm tripping. I've been looking at a lot of dates today. So they're going to give you until, let's just say July 18th, 2026 to pay off this balance. And I say, if you got 0% APR, highlight that so you can know the difference in those cards. These two are 0% APR. We're marketing green because it's paid. That's kind of what I was telling you guys how to use this sheet. And don't forget, this utilization sheet is available inside the course that I am giving away for free. If you guys are waiting to be able to purchase the course, I will have the course available for you all starting on the 20th of June. So you guys will be able to see it being available, but it's free right now. So I suggest you guys just follow the steps that's on my website, rakita.com. Purchase the workbook, follow the steps, and just get the course for free. You literally only paying $18 and you getting the course for free. You getting access to a conversation with me so I can look at your credit reports. I'm doing your dispute letters and everything. I suggest that you guys just get it all for free right now. That is what I suggest, because this right here, this is what I use to manage all of my credit cards. I started applying for so many credit cards, y'all, just to be able to tell y'all the experience of having them. So that's how I know so much about credit cards and things like that, because I didn't have so many of them. But this is how we're going to organize this, and I want you guys to organize yours the same. This is a $0 balance, so let's make sure that we add that there. But this is what it looks like. And now, since this one is not due until July 18, 2026, what you can do is you can take this balance right here and you can say, I'm going to just make sure I pay this thing off. And I want to pay it off in a year, but I want to give myself time. You can say, you know what? I'm going to pay $541 every month to pay this off. I'm going to put that on there every month. And you can say, you know what? Since I get paid every, since I get paid every 2 weeks, I'm going to make it even easier for myself. And this for the people that want to do like a debt-free journey. You can make it even easier for yourself and say, you know what? I'm going to divide it by 24. Because instead of doing it once a month, you're going to do it twice a month. And we got 12 months in a year. So 2,500 divided by 24. And that means you have to pay $270 per month. $270 and per every 2 weeks, $270.83 every 2 weeks, and you're not paying any interest no more. Keep in mind too, y'all, when y'all have these 0% APR credit cards, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna go deeper into getting more credit cards. This is around the time we gotta get credit cards, but I gotta show y'all what to do if you already have credit cards, especially if they're maxed out or you have utilization issues. But when you have these 0% APR credit cards, if you do not pay about a due date, they're going to charge you interest as if you never had 0% APR. And that's not going to be good for you all. So definitely I suggest that you guys make sure that you're paying off your credit cards. If you know you have a balance on your credit card, you got 0% APR, make it a priority to get that balance down. Okay, that's not what we want to do. We don't want to get in credit card debt. So that's what we have to do today. We wanted to make sure that we added those credit cards on there for cushion. Let's actually see what we have to do tomorrow. I just want to make sure I know exactly what we're talking about tomorrow. Okay, so we were talking about making sure you guys have at least 3 credit cards. That's the minimum. I really would rather you guys have 4. So that's when we're going to get really into credit cards. Like, okay, you don't have credit cards? Let's get some. And I'm going to explain all the different credit cards. They're all on my website. I just suggest to, even if you guys want to take advantage and get ahead for tomorrow, I want you guys to go and look through this pre-qualified with no hard inquiry list and figure out which credit cards you like and apply for them. Like, they're going to tell you yes or no. I like the coupon, so I love my Walgreens credit card. And I love my Lowe's credit card, especially during the holiday season, because they'll allow you to do like 0% APR for 12 months, sometimes 18, 24 months. And I can be able to get gift cards or things like that. So I love the Lowe's. But definitely go through this list and find out which credit cards you like the most and apply for them. I want you guys to aim to have 4 credit cards. 3 is the bare minimum, because we're going to try to get another one before we get done with this. Again, we got 75 days. So every day I'm going live. We're doing this workbook together. And if you guys have already purchased your workbooks are on the way to you all. And the people that have actually did like the Juneteenth sale, I am including the other things that I told you guys are going to get with that. So I'm going to include all the other things that you guys are going to get, and that is coming to you all too. So definitely take advantage of this. We're going to go over the credit cards for tomorrow. Again, it is a countdown on here, so you guys take advantage. All you have to do is complete the steps that's on here. So just buy the $17 ebook. I'm going to actually send you the hard copy of the workbook that you guys have been seeing. Sign up for the free 14-day trial with Aura. You guys need to see if your information is on the dark web. We need to know what you're up against. And then I need you guys to pay $1 for the Identity IQ trial. You're going to get all 3 of your credit reports. That's because it's no way we're going to do anything without you seeing what's in your credit reports. Complete the application so I can create 6 months worth of letters for you, so we can help you delete those accounts from your credit reports, and go ahead and book that consultation. So that's all the steps that you have to do. So I am looking those people that did do the journal, but you haven't did all the other steps. We are going to follow up with you all just to make sure that you're completing the other steps. But make sure you guys do this before the Juneteenth sale is over with. And I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow. Oh, I think I got a comment. I got greedy and opened up too many cards the last few months. Going to focus on just paying my bills on time for the time being. I'm going to get my score back in the high 700s. I definitely understand that. And I wouldn't say that God getting greedy, but maybe you know yourself better than I do. And the thing is, I told you guys during this thing, what I wanted to do is focus on my utilization, because I guess I got greedy. I got happy. I love my Amazon card and I use it. I said I want to focus on my utilization. I want to get my balance down on my Lowe's. I want to get my balance down on my Amazon card. And that's what I said I want to do. And I also said, too, my care credit, even though I'm about to use it, I'm about to use my care credit because I love the 12 months, 0% APR, but still, I just want to make sure that I'm getting a balance out on that, because I think that's the only thing I could work on with my credit is utilization. So, I definitely suggest you get that tracker. That'd be nice. I do have it just directly on the website too. If you don't want to get the full course, I do suggest you do that and line up all of your credit cards. That's something I suggest. Just line them all up. You can do the debt snowball also with lining it up. We are going to talk in probably a few weeks, if not a few days. I'm not sure where it's at within the workbook, but I do have a budget on there. We're going to talk about paying off debt, because as much as we talk about getting credit, we definitely need to talk about paying off debt. But I do suggest you getting all of your credit cards and you lining it up. And with this tracker too, I'm not sure if you watched the other days, we talked about how, if let me make sure that you guys can still see even with that comment on there. Okay, yes, you can still see. So if you know that you need to pay down your credit cards, won't you just start by just making sure all of them is at 50%? So in our case, we know that this one ain't at 50%. So we're going to pay this one down first, and then we're going to pay this one down some. But since this one is due October 12th, 2025, I honestly wouldn't pay that first. I would just make sure, okay, if I got any extra money, I'm paying this one down first. And then I'll say, okay, let me make sure all of my credit cards are at 30%. And then I'll target all over to make sure it's at 30%. And then I'll go, okay, let me get them all down to 10%. That's what I would do, just to make sure that all of my credit cards are going down. That's something I would do, especially if you just want to be disciplined, just making sure you slowly bringing that utilization down, because you say you want to get your credit score in the 700s. That can help you a lot. Now, if you even more disciplined, if you want to really, like I call it, thug it out, if you just want to get everything done, don't want to play no games about it, let's act like you really got some balances on these cards though. I would suggest, ooh, I hope you're not have a balance like that. Okay, there we go. That was more than the limit. But what I suggest too, today being the 18th, what I suggest is you putting all your money on the one that's going to report the soonest, which is this. We talked about that a few days ago. This is the method I like the most because it's going to increase your credit score the fastest. And on top of that, when you clear a complete balance on a credit card, they won't charge you interest, I believe, after the second month. So say if you go ahead and you pay off this Credit One Bank, you put all your money, or well, you put all the money you want to. I want to say all of your money. You put your money on paying this one off, right? So since you have this one paid off, they're not going to charge you interest for the next 2 months. So you saving money on that one by just paying that off, instead of just paying $50 on this, $70 on this, $100 on that, $300. Don't do that. Put all your money on that first one, because now you'll know that that one is actually paid for the month. And on top of that, you don't owe any more money on that, and just don't use it no more. They're not going to charge you interest. It's still going to bring down your overall utilization. So again, this is the overall utilization is 81.25. And don't forget, you had a $750 balance on here, right? As an example. Actually, it didn't even look like it changed it that much. 81.25. Oh, it still didn't seem like it changed it that much. The balance is just too high. Okay, so that one is done. Let's go to the next one. So again, you want to pay off this Open Sky one. You get this one down to a $0 balance. I hope I didn't mess with this sheet. Oh, I'm so sorry. This ain't the overall utilization. Overall utilization down here. I am tripping. So let me go back and add that one. Let me press the back button 2 times. Okay, so $750, that's what it was. The utilization at the time. Let me move that comment because maybe you can't see either. I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so now the utilization is at 36, right? But you pay this one off. Now this is a $0 balance. The utilization went down to 34%. That's still going to boost your credit score up. And then you say, okay, you know what? I'm paying my Open Sky off. I got money for that too. I'm going to pay that off. So now you're going to go from 34.6 to 32.7. Okay. Then you say, okay, you know what? I have some money coming in. I just got a bonus. I just got whatever. Or you know what? You got a second job. That's another great thing. Get another job. And then you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to pay this one off. And then now you're at 31.9. But now you're going to say, okay, you know what? I can only pay $200 on this card. So I'm not going to completely pay it off. I'm just going to pay $200 on it. And your utilization is at 31.93. But wait, I don't know. That looked funny. 31.93. Okay. Now you at 31.45, but still your utilization overall is going down. And now you to the point too. Now it's the first of the month now, right? So now you're not paying no more on none of these. You just gonna say, you know what, I do got some more money. Let me go ahead and just pay this off. And this is how you do it. You just knock down wherever you're at. Now, if you don't have money like that, where you can say, Rakita, I can't just be paying $750. I can't just be paying none of this like that. Then another thing that you can do, let me see if I can add these balances back on here quickly. Another thing you can do is just say, okay, you know what? It's the 26th. What's the next card that's due? Oh, the next one that's going to be due is this one. Because it's the next one that's due and have a balance. You may decide to put money on this one because it's going to report the soonest and it's going to bring your utilization down. And that's probably the only way you could pay on it too. You're going to say, okay, it's the 10th of next month. Now, what should I pay? Well, these are already reported. This is 0% APR credit card, so we don't want to do that. It's the 10th. The next one going to be reported on the 16th. Let's just put that money on this one right here because it's going to help with the utilization the fastest. If you think about, I'm going to get to 700 the soonest, this is what you can do. And you can just continue to pay the minimum on all of these. If you think about just your utilization, you want to increase your credit score, you want to pay the one that's going to report the soonest. But I hope that really helped. And let me show you actually too, before we go, let me show you where you can get that tracker at. This tracker is inside the course for free. Inside the Strong in 75 course, all the things that we've been going over, all the dispute letters, all the different budgets. It's like over, I think, 70 different things that you guys can have downloaded, have as downloads. It's going to be available within that course. But if you guys were to scroll down and just go to Rakita.com, you'll see the utilization sheets right here. And then I already had it pulled up. This is the same amount as the whole workbook that we're looking at right here. So you know the workbook that's 107 pages, that's a hard copy now that I'm going to mail to you. It's the same price as that. So it's like, why buy the workbook when you guys are going to get the full course for free? But you still have the option for those people that don't necessarily want the course. You still have it. And once you purchase it, it's going to be available to you right away. Go ahead and fill it out and start focusing on paying down your credit cards. Just do not do anything on these spaces. Don't mess with none of these. These are going to auto-populate. And I don't want you guys to touch any of that. Only thing I want you to touch is the card, the name of the card, the balance, and the limit. That's it. The rest of this stuff gonna auto-populate. They're gonna tell you what's your overall balance, what's your overall limit, what's your overall utilization. You know, they're gonna tell you all of these different numbers. I don't want you guys to touch it at all. I want you guys just to leave this stuff alone, okay? And definitely just leave this stuff alone, and they'll just tell you what the numbers are. Definitely watch a few days ago, I think like 2 to 3 days ago, when we really started filling this out together, a blank slate, and that's going to be able to help you guys. But I'll definitely come back and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow when we're going to go over day 35. So I'll see you guys then. I hope that you guys have a great night, and happy early Juneteenth to everyone too.